Hey, so if you're new to the channel, welcome to my new house. Now, I know typically when people say welcome to my new house, they actually have a new house, but as you can tell, this is not the case with this one. Right now, you know that everything is crazy expensive. Buying a brand new house costs $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. I have no desire to spend that kind of money, but after living in an apartment for a while and rent getting higher, I just wanted to get my own place. So we started looking. And this is what I found. Now here's the deal. Early on in the videos, I had mentioned that our goal was to remodel this house for $10,000 to $20,000, and people said it was impossible. Lots of people said it was impossible. So I decided to take the challenge. Can we remodel this place for $10,000 to $20,000 and make it a very nice home? Now here's the kicker. I kind of lost track of the budget pretty early on. Now we've kept track of all the receipts, everything's in a box, ready to be counted up. So soon, not only are we gonna have the before and after video, but we're gonna show you how much we spent. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Make sure you subscribe. And trust me, that video is coming a lot sooner than you might think.
Okay, so one thing we didn't really show a lot of was the plumbing and the wiring. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of what Dad did. The main reason is because I wasn't here for most of that. And it was really just like very time consuming and extremely boring. But I'll show you basically what he did and then what he's working on right now. Now, the cool thing about this house, everything is in line, okay? So the kitchen, the bathroom, hot water heater, everything's in line. So it's kind of dark, hard to tell, but this is right underneath. So we got our drain pipe here going down into the ground. It's just one straight line all the way back. Then we have our hot water and cold water, and everything is perfectly in line. So it just worked out great where there wasn't moving around a lot of house. It's just one straight stretch. And Dad did all the plumbing and all the electrical himself. Right now we're actually moving the washer and dryer into its actual spot. So that's what we're doing right now, is pulling out the wire, running it from the breaker box to its home over by the bathroom on the other side. So I wasn't able to record, but we're on the other side of the house now. Wasn't able to record because we were trying to feed this cord all the way to the other side. And then we got to go back under the house and it's got to feed into the laundry room. So work in progress, right?
Yeah.
He got a little bit muddier than I did.
Yeah, muddy.
A lot muddier than I did.
What if I was ever want a woman?
Women like hardworking men.
You're in my way, chump.
Oh, sorry. So here's the bathroom and then the laundry room, and there's the wires, fed them through. And now we can start hooking up the washer and dryer. All right, starting to put our laundry room together. It's funny, I didn't realize how dirty this dryer was until we put it in here and put the light on it. Take a little cleaning, that's okay. So right now he's about to cut out the hole for the vent. And then we'll get the dryer hooked up, get it moved over, get the washer next to it. I'm gonna have a white washer and a black dryer, but you know what? It's a laundry room, who cares? And it's cheap. We paid like 100 Sweep it, blow it, sweep it, and blow it again. Just about every couple of days we have to do this. Be nice to have a crew to kind of clean up after us, but hey, that's okay. That's what we get paid to do, right? We don't actually get paid anything. So this is about, I don't know, a couple of weeks after we got the chicks. I am just amazed by how fast they grow, but it's really funny to watch them. All right, bathroom is coming together. We have the washer and dryer in here. They need to be cleaned up a little bit, but they're in here. We got a little bit of the wall. Everything's connected. We got water. We haven't got the drain there yet, but you know, a little bit more work, it'll be ready to go. We got the toilet put in. We actually had one on the property, and we just cleaned it up. Took me about 10 minutes to clean it up. Actually works great, looks great. We got the shower and everything started. We got everything water-wise going. Got a shower head in place at least. So really, it's just focusing on getting sheetrock up, getting light fixture in,
So now that we got the washer and dryer put in, our next mission is putting in the window unit. Now here's the thing. If this thing looks familiar to you, if you've seen the old videos, this was actually in the bedroom when we bought the house. Now it was very dirty and smelly, but once we got it cleaned up, I'll be honest with you, this thing works pretty good.
All right, folks, we officially have an air conditioner. It's also got a built-in heater. So we're not really gonna go with like a big traditional setup for heating and air right now. Just try to make this work. Again, we insulated the floors, we insulated the ceilings, insulated the walls. So hopefully it'll stay pretty comfortable in here. If we have any issues next year, we'll rethink it all, but we're just gonna see how this goes. You know, we're on a budget. So we put these windows in quite a while back, and we forgot to put in a kitchen window, which we wanted to do. So we've got it framed up. Probably gonna come back and do it later. We don't actually have the window, so we got it kind of framed of about what we're looking for. But really it's just putting in the sheetrock now.
$44.75.
So if you've ever done sheetrock before, sheetrock's, you know, it's not too bad. Basically you're just cutting it and putting it on the walls. You cut out the angles. But when you have a house where every single wall kind of goes in its own direction, yeah, it can be a little challenging to say the least. But you know, Dad, he likes his challenges. He enjoys this stuff quite a bit, and I like having a house to live in. So that's why we accepted this challenge. But you know, again, I think I've said this before in earlier videos. We are actually ahead on the videos. We're actually a couple months ahead. So we're going to be releasing videos more often, and you guys are going to love the way this house looks. It's really shocking how different it is. So, hey, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Feel free to go back and check out some other videos and see the things we've done. And you really don't want to miss the house reveal. It's coming up sooner than you think.
All right, folks, the first official piece is in. So one of the first things you have me do is go through and find every stud, put a little piece of tape. That way it's really easy to find your stud, which is a cool idea. It's really simple, and I probably wouldn't have thought of it. We did the same thing on the ceiling. We know exactly where the stud is. If I did it straight, seems pretty straight. But yep, so basically we just do this over and over and over until all the sheetrock's in. So the first wall is up. You might be wondering too, why am I doing nails in some and screws in the other? It's because we only have so many screws and so many nails. So we're just kind of using whatever. And all we're doing right now is the top and the bottom. And then once we get some more screws and or nails, we're gonna go through and finish everything else. But right now we're just trying to get it on the wall. So that's the plan. So just kind of a little funny story. So this shirt right here has kind of become my official working in the house shirt for the most part. I used to play in a band when I was younger, and this was one of the very first bigger bands. I think they're still around. They had a couple of hit songs. One of the first bigger bands that we ever played with. Actually, you know what? Maybe we didn't open for them. But anyways, I ended up getting this shirt, and it was like, I don't know, 15 years ago, something like that, maybe a little longer. And they played at a church that we did play at, whether we opened for them or not, I can't remember. But I just always, when I put this shirt on, I've had this forever. It's kind of stiff. Doesn't always smell super fresh, but this reminds me of when I met my ex-wife and we started going to shows. We started playing rock music. You know, a lot of people used to say back then, rock music doesn't belong in the church, but God really used us to reach a lot of people. We traveled around some and had a lot of fun. Actually led me to Nashville. So and there's a lot of memories tied to this shirt. I'll probably have this shirt until it falls apart. So I actually love the shirt more than I like the band, but you know, just kind of, I don't know, just I'm not really a sentimental kind of guy for the most part, but you know, there's certain things we have in our life that, you know, maybe I shouldn't be wearing this shirt outside. I'm making it worse, but it's still around. That's all that matters. Anyways, just a little story for you. By the way, we actually write music. If you guys haven't heard our songs yet, we did a couple country songs. Again, mostly for me, I do Christian rock and kind of Christian pop and stuff like that, but me and Dad write country songs. So if you guys haven't heard those songs yet, you can actually look down in the description, or maybe I'll put a little clip of one of the songs in here.
It's true that she was lovely on the outside, but she was even more beautiful within. My world will always be so much brighter, because I've been loved by a 10. He said, I am the sea, I am the rain that keeps you cool, I am the anchor that keeps your heart from drifting away.
But we got a couple songs we released. You know, we just kind of did them just kind of do it for fun. But yeah, if you want to check it out, down in the description. Just FYI, Dad was telling me why we do this gap here in the middle. So we did a piece of sheetrock on the bottom and a big sheet on top. He said the main reason you do that is when you go back and you have to mud the walls, you don't have to get up on a ladder and deal with all the grooves and all that good stuff. Instead, you can work from the ground. And he said by the time you spread the mud out between the top and the bottom, you're covering the whole thing. So he said much, much easier to work with. So makes sense.
All right, and there you have it. We got all the sheetrock up, well, at least in the kitchen and the living room. Now you go back and you put tape on all the cracks, you do mud, and that process takes a little bit longer. But
so yeah, we pretty much just have some gaps to fill, and we got the bedroom to do, and then sheetrock is done. So, well, lots of mudding, but the sheetrock itself being hung up is good. So it's a new day. It's been a long week already. I came in this morning and Dad already had all the sheetrock done. We got the living room finished and got all that done. While I was at work yesterday, Dad got the bedroom sheetrocked up. Man, he got a lot accomplished. There's the closet, our little towel shelves, cubby. I don't know what that's called. We'll have the wall on the other side of the shower. But today the main focus is going to be mudding, putting up tape. I've only got a couple hours and I have to go to work. So just going to be helping him out for a little bit. And then we'll be moving on to the next phase. Okay, so I said a big goal today was just going to be mudding and everything, but I take that back. Dad's actually going to start building our little section over there for the hot water heater and a little pantry. I don't know why I really like pantries. My last apartment had one. I prefer it over a lot of cabinet space. And I don't need a big one. You know, we've got a lot of storage outside. I've actually got the little shop that's going to be storage and eventually kind of a little studio space. So we're going to get kind of a climate controlled air conditioner, kind of like that one, that we're going to put in there eventually. So it's going to be, you know, climate controlled during the summertime so we can store food and all that in there, and it can go in there and work. But again, as for now, I'm gonna let you watch Dad do his magic.
Did you tell him how special I was?
Oh yeah.
If you're interested, I'm thinking about putting out a little side video. And one thing I've done probably as much as I've done carpenter work is study the Bible. And I'd like to tell people a little bit about Revelation, the end time. People say it's a very complicated book. But it's not very complicated. It's that your so-called scholars are making it complicated, but anybody can understand that you can't take it out of context. If there's 7 seals, they're in order. If there's 7 trumpets, they're in order. If you think God switches them around to fool you and confuse you, he doesn't do that. He wants you to understand it. He says those that are with him in the spirit, they're going to understand what it's saying. So I'm going to do a little bit of Bible study on Revelation. And it's going to go along with Matthew, the book of Daniel, the book of Joel. And you can find it, if you're not really familiar with Revelation, I think you'll find it very interesting. So we're going to do that in the upcoming days.
All right, folks, so we got the walls done. We got everything mudded. I didn't really record any of that just because it was hours and hours of just putting mud on the walls. Wasn't that exciting. But what we're working on today is a little more exciting. We are starting the cabinets. All right, guys, so as you can tell, we are moving on from the kind of mundane work to something a little more exciting. We're going to be working on the cabinets in the next episode. And I'll be honest with you, this really gets moving after this. We're getting to the fun stuff, cabinets, putting in all the appliances, paints, so make sure you join us next week.